Yeah, man.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Yeah, lele.
To make no lie, to make no darling. To make no lie, to make no darling. To make no lie, to make no darling.
The people on tire, the people on fed up. For people they suffer, the country don't ganga. No future for the youth. So tramadol and kush. Opa, they treat we like we not sober. Yes, don't be here, but mine don't be here. Your pass don't be here. Petrol don't turn boy picking.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Free town.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Bokono kene makailang.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Makeni pot blocker can be here.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When we soldier them left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When we use my them left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Opa, they treat we like we not sober. Yes, don't be here, but mine don't be here. Your pass don't be here. Petrol don't turn boy picking.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Free town.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Bokono kene makailang.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Makeni pot blocker can be here.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When we soldier them left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When we use my them left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Power to the people. Why we economy not stable? We not able put food on the table. We don't tire with them variable. Opa, they treat we like we not sober. Yes, don't be here, but mine don't be here. Your pass don't be here. Petrol don't turn boy picking.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Free town.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Bokono kene makailang.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Makeni pot blocker can be here.
To make no lie, to make no darling.
Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming. Freedom is coming.
You're muted. Yes. Go on. You're muted. Fatia. Go on, Fatia. Fatia, go ahead. Go ahead again. For some reason you're muted. Right. Let me quickly start this and see what happens. Good evening. Greetings to comrades of the APC. This is the APC Diaspora Online TV platform, and me, na comrade Owan Kasu. Today, at the 7th of January 2024, and the time now in Freetown, just 5 minutes past 7 o'clock. And today we get a very important topic to deal with, and we get very, very eloquent speakers, guests that we join with today to speak about this particular topic. And of course, the co-hosts when Lady Fatia Samura are there on the platform. It gets slight issue with the earpiece. Hopefully, it will overcome and talk to we just now. But at the meantime, I just want to make one know say the topic we want to discuss now today now the one we get to do with Dr. Samura Kamara in speech. So Fatia, you're live now, and I think we will for you now. So come live and
Okay, I'll go try again for the second time.
yes,
Una dey hear me now?
clearly.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Una thank you. Una dey watch me, whoever una dey watch me from. Might be Australia, USA, Sierra Leone, in London. Una thank you. Please, we guest them online, we viewers them, we comrade. Please, una share the live. One thing una go do for it today, una share the live. Una just press the share button. Una dey watch na YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any kind of platform una dey watch me. Please, una share the live so other people could join in the conversation as well. We're gonna open discussion. We want to send a question in today. So please, guys, share the live, subscribe to the page APC Diaspora TV on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere wanna subscribe, wanna share the live. Thank you very much. As we go along, I go able for read una comments there. Go una a big shout out as well. Una also thank you for una cooperation week after week. Una the followers. We are very much grateful and una all welcome to this platform. Also as well, una can say also una the watch from. Then we go say for example, Melvin Thomas is watching for Manchester. Derwin Thomas is watching for Bognor. And Abdul Fofana is watching from the United States of America. Una all welcome to this platform. Please, guys, share the live. We'll get very interesting topic for una today. The one and only Dr. Samura Kamara in speech. We want dissect them. We want criticize them, we want analyze them. Anything we want to think of, we want one with the speech there. Obviously, we'll let ourselves join in by sending on a question there. Then we go put on to the reviewers them. Sorry, we'll go put on to we guest them. We'll get two important guests today where they know their stuff to the core. These people are well educated, they learn individual, they're both doctors. So I introduce the first one. Instead of go introduce himself. Then we'll go introduce the second one. So the first one I go introduce today, now a regular on this platform, is Dr. Veenod Fullah. Hello, Mr. Fullah. How are you? Good evening.
Good evening, Fatima. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you as well this Sunday evening?
Oh, well, praise the Lord. We thank God for the well-being and the well-body and for everything.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing me back to this program today, and good evening, listeners.
You're welcome, Dr. Fullah. You're not regular on the platform. You want to introduce yourself to be guests there online, please, so they know exactly who you are?
Well, now also being Veenod Fullah, being a human rights activist, a champion, a campaigner for civil liberties in Sierra Leone and outside Sierra Leone. And we don't do immense work for try for liberate the country, for support democracy. We made a lot of representations, both national and international wise, and it yield a very good dividend today. And we're not going to stop until democracy is restored in our country.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fullah. And we next guest we are going to introduce also a doctor, not Dr. Sesay, Mr. Mohammed Sesay. Mr. Mohammed Sesay, good evening. Yusuf na regular on the platform. You just want to talk to reviewer, then say who you are and tell them what you stand for.
Good evening, viewers, and good evening for we host them tonight. Mina Dr. Mohammed Sesay. I work as a consultant in medicine in the UK here. And I'm very much interested in the issues of Sierra Leone. We always promote the issues of Sierra Leone, again, as an activist as well. Just making sure that things work well in we communities. And we don't make a lot of representations as well. And God willing, they are also bearing fruits.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sesay. Thank you very much. I'm part of you in that medical field, so you're mostly welcome. Also, for reviewers them online, una know we want and only no copy, no duplicate, any other one a carbon copy. Now, my co-host, my coordinator, my personal person, Mr. Owankasu, Super Dulina, the face of this Diaspora TV online. Everybody know who you are, but nevertheless, yourself introduce yourself.
Yeah, greetings, comrades of the APC. Of course, Mina, comrade Owan Kasu, one of the presenters them at this platform, the APC Diaspora Online TV platform, and Mina, the coordinator for the APC UK and Ireland media team, as well as the PRO for the district. So I want to welcome the two wonderful guests that will join me now. So today, if we can discuss the Dr. Samura speech. So Fatia, I don't know if you want to permit me now for like lay the premise of this particular discourse, and then from there we can take it
Go
from
ahead.
there. Thank you very much. Of course, we all know, see, Dr. Samura in speech was done in the New Year's, but unfortunately, it was overshadowed by the sudden political twist. We former president and chairman and leader, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, was charged for treason. The images them we all see in our social media, we former president stand in the dock, they listen to the charges them we then bring against them, create a lot of uproar among Sierra Leoneans them globally. And it gave a signal of dangerous signal among Sierra Leoneans them, and also the international community. But as Sierra Leoneans then they go into the debate of this particular thing will happen, for try to come to terms with the hurricane of Madabio, the hatred we get against, the former president as well as Northwesterners. We hope say the effort with this platform don't make, and the effort with the people them, including the two doctors that will get now, so don't make now the diaspora, will make sure say Ernest Koroma walk out of that place they free, he walk out of that place they unblemished, because the character assassination with them people also don't bend on for make that man they look like a monster. Now Sierra Leone and the international community, they're not able for do am. So this platform, they continue for bring come to the notice of the entire world that this man not get anything for do with what happened on the 26th of November. And also you could be entitled to all in entitlement there, which he entitled to by the Constitution of Sierra Leone as the former president, for be given to him till he passed away. So that said, we no go allow this platform no go allow this Dr. Samura in speech will happen on the 30th or the 1st of January 2024 for make it just disappear in the thin air. We as the platform, we are aware that the debates will be happen prior to the Christmas that Dr. Samura Kamara will relinquish in position as the leader of the APC party by the 27th of December. We all aware of that. So people will be the call win, people will be come up with audios them left, right, and center for talk say Dr. Samura for resign. Well, that school of thought they believe say Dr. Samura in tenure of office as a leader of the APC party don't come to an end, and by that he will resign. Another school of thought believes say Dr. Samura Kamara not for resign as the leader of the party, then believes say Dr. Samura Kamara will continue because the elections of June 24, 2023 not conclude yet, and that there's a tripartite committee where they in work right now, we will conclude in 6 months time, and then go probably come up with a recommendation for make them do a re-election. So if Dr. Samura can resign, the position could be vacant. Another school of thoughts, when at the third one, come up and say, look, Dr. Samura no need for resign, neither need for for go. The position automatically becomes untenable when the 6 months lapse. Whether there's a case in court, whether there's an appeal, whether there's any kind of thing where they happen, that position they don't become untenable, because Dr. Samura was elected as a flag bearer of the APC. He's not elected as a leader of the APC. He was elected as a flag bearer and automatically he becomes a leader. So these are the differences, and that position of the leader of the party, they become vacant, but Dr. Samura still is a flag bearer where there is an election that is inconclusive. So this is the third school of thought. We come up with their own point. But first of all, before we ask the eloquent, erudite guest them for coming for conway into Dr. Samura in speech, we want to give now just about 5-6 minutes of the speech. I believe they then don't read the speech and they don't, take them points them panam. So let we just do due diligence to we viewers them for making them see part of the speech, and then from there we can take on from there. Over to you, Fatia.
Thank you very much. Technical team, please play the video so the viewers then can see and so then we'll get recap of it.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, as we stand at the threshold of a new year, it is a time for reflection and also a time for looking forward. The past year has been one of significant challenges for our nation. The aftermath of the June 24th multi-tier elections and the events of November 26th have tested our resolve, our unity, and our commitment to democracy. However, amidst these challenges, we have also seen your strength as well as your resilience. We have witnessed acts of courage, unity, and unwavering belief in our nation's untapped potential. We are all connected, and what unites us is our common humanity and nationality as Sierra Leoneans, rather than our political, regional, and tribal lineages. It is this spirit that must guide us as we step into the new year. As flag bearer and presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party, I am fully aware of the responsibilities that lie ahead of us. It is crucial that we, as leaders, listen more, engage more, and collaborate more for the betterment of our nation. Our focus should be on building bridges, healing divisions, and creating a more inclusive, liberal, and democratic society. In 2024, we stand together at the precipice of a new year, with a new beginning and another defining moment in our times. Amidst the echoes of our nation's collective voice, I address you tonight with a message of renewed hope, perseverance, and unwavering determination to work towards a brighter future for each one of us. Paving the way for a brighter future demands a collective commitment to working together harmoniously and encouraging leaders to transcend the common tendency of engaging in a blame game. Emphasizing the need for collaboration recognizes that our strength as a nation lies in forging alliances, transcending political, regional, and tribal differences, and pooling our resources towards common goals. It calls for constructive and forward-thinking discussions to lay the foundation for a more resilient and adaptive to problem solving. It acknowledges that shared determination and a unified spirit are pivotal in the journey towards sustainable progress. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to so many Sierra Leoneans abroad for your trust, confidence, loyalty, and steadfast support. To me, as presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party during the 2023 multi-tier elections, which by our 2022 party constitution also made me party leader. The ride has been a very tough and rough and many a time an unfair one. Notwithstanding, we must remain hopeful that there will be a fair resolution to the myriad challenges facing us, both as a party and as a country. To the women of Sierra Leone, without your support, my political strides, as well as our national post-conflict recovery efforts so far, would have been barely marginal. Your interest and enthusiasm, especially over the past months, were extraordinary. And for that reason, I commend each and every one of you. To the youths of this land that we love, Sierra Leone, I thank you all also. You are the future of this land, and we need to know your worth. You are young, brave, fearless, intelligent, and ready to learn and grow. But please, remain and aim for higher grounds, as Sierra Leone and the wider world are your oyster, and let no one steal your future. My deepest gratitude goes out to you. Let us together build a bigger and better nation that will be our legacy when we are no more. To members of our esteemed party, the All People's Congress, I would like to thank God for being our helper and director. God has favored us.
Thank you very much to the technical team for that video. As you all know, we not play the full video because it's about 19 to 20 minutes. So we just play the first 6 minutes or so of the video. But most of you don't watch this video on our various platforms them on our social media handles. So una know what it is about, una know what team Dr. Samura talk about, and we go discuss in full. Coordinator. So we want to go straight to the question, and now is before we go to the question, anything you want to say about that video we'll play before we get them take over?
Well, I'll go on for give the honor to the guest them for make them start for talk about the video, because we only question will go on for ask for now. You know, the debates we've been surround Dr. Samura in tenure. Dr. Samura been supposed for come in a meeting with the APC, and unfortunately that meeting they were scheduled, that party office was cancelled. And when they cancel that meeting, waiting happen now will be expected, you know, they can do some kind of a ceremonial kind of thing for make Dr. Samura relinquish that position there, but we not see that happen. And the debate just disappear by, you know, an Eskurma in charges them. We make everybody just seem to forget about them. But as a platform, you know, we can only do justice to, you know, we view as them as Dr. Samura in speech week for the New Year's. You know, we get to play them, make everybody see them and analyze them. So what do you guys think about this particular speech? Does it answer the question? Does it speak to the debates? Has Dr. Samura resigned or not? You know, waiting at the thing. So Dr. Fullah, maybe you need to come first and say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamara, for the opportunity where you give me. Before this time, I refuse to participate in any debate relating to the interpretation of this article, which is Article 47A Roman figure 4. I don't understand what the ambiguity of APC colleagues within the use towards this particular article. A very straightforward and clear. So that premise there starts my discussion. Let me read it copiously from the Constitution. The APC Constitution 2022 is very clear, and it states here, Article 47A, Roman figure 4, says, where the national leader fails to be elected president of Sierra Leone, he shall relinquish the position of national leader 6 months after the final declaration of election results by the National Election Commission of Sierra Leone. And note, it says, notwithstanding, this is very important, this is a legal term. It said, notwithstanding any petition filed in the Supreme Court or pursuant to any law, and a short position shall be remain vacant until another election. I repeat, the position shall remain vacant until another election for the party's presidential candidate is conducted pursuant to this constitution. It is very straightforward and simple and clear. The national leader is not an elective position. And Dr. Samura, in his speech, he don't address that. He don't address himself as leader of the APC party. He addressed himself as flag bearer and presidential candidate. The reason being, the flag bearer, I want people to note that, because there are a lot of people that the way then they interpret the Constitution in their own way. That's their own right. But I'm talking to speak to the Constitution, and I'm talking to you as a legal luminary. The flag bearer and presidential position is elective, and the Constitution makes it clear. We can only get another flag bearer and presidential candidate in 2026 when we hold the National Delegates Conference, period. During this time, Dr. Samura Kamara is our flag bearer and presidential candidate until 2026. The leadership position, it can only come into effect when they elect you as flag bearer and presidential candidate. When Dr. Samura Kamara was elected flag bearer and presidential candidate, naturally he assumed the leadership position. And let me make this also clear. The leadership position could only become powerful and effective when you become a substantial president of Sierra Leone. It becomes active and operational. But even if, when Dr. Samura waved in there as flag bearer and president and presidential candidate as well as leader, the leadership position was not effective. The most effective position in the APC party for now is the national chairman and CEO of the party, who is Mr. Minkalu Mansare. So it's crystal clear. There is no ambiguity here, regardless the misinterpretation with other people that they say. And Dr. Samura stated in his speech, let me read it what he said, I quote him. He said, I implore each member to stay loyal to the party. In this connection, let me, as a law-abiding citizen, state that I respect our party's constitution and I have no intention to breach any part of it, and so must you all. He couldn't put it better than this. It abide by the constitution, call himself leader. He said, a flag bearer and presidential, and rightly so, because it was an elective position, and he will remain a flag bearer and presidential until 2026.
Okay, Dr. Veenod, Fullah, you saying that? Let just ask you so why make most of that question waiting Dr. Samura say some sector of we comrades them or of the APC not still accept that, regardless way Dr. Samura don't make and clear say, okay, now I mean, you know, Mina still the leader by default. But some people still not accept that. Some people still not satisfied, regardless where you don't explain that into detail. It don't say I'm not doing that because I want to, whatever way you know put it. Because obviously we all know say he did it by default. But why make some people still not satisfied to that?
Because what we understand, some other people have ulterior motives, or they refuse for understand. Some people have problem of understanding, or maybe they have ulterior motives. And that is why Dr. Samura, now in speech, he anchor on one reflection, not only on reflection, but also he anchor on looking forward. He said, he addressed us with a message of renewed hope. He said, perseverance, unwavering, and determination to work towards a brighter future for each of us. He talked about unity. He talked about peace. He talked about constructive discussion for those very people, those doubters, those voices of dissent, now that he call upon.
Okay.
He addressed the youth. He addressed the women. He addressed the men. He addressed Sierra Leoneans both home and abroad. He addressed the international community. He addressed the government. He encompassed everybody, and he talked about unity, constructive discussion, peace, and harmony. So anybody will doubt that, he doubt himself. The speech is very crystal clear, and the best speech ever been made in 2023.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Fullah. Let's bring Dr. Sesay. Dr. Sesay, you don't hear you waiting, Dr. Fullah don't say, and obviously, you know, you don't listen to Dr. Samura in speech over and over, I guessed. So what now you take to the same question where coordinator puts to Dr. Veenod, and when we self add to it.
You're muted. For some reason, we're not hearing you.
Thank you very much, Fatia, and happy birthday once more.
Thank you.
And thanks to the whole team.
Yeah.
And Dr. Fullah, thank you for sharing a platform with me. I think my legal colleague don't do a very fair job to this particular question. I do not think I have a need for even comment on them anymore. But just for re-emphasize the point once more, and we want to tell Dr. Samura for in calm, clear-headed leadership, where you don't provide we with, I think it clearly answered the question. I think Dr. Samura don't be very clear. In fact, they go to the extent for add to waiting Dr. Fullah don't say, not only they encourage we for make we be law-abiding citizens, for make we follow the constitution of a party and even we country, but it did warn against us breaching the constitution. And it don't lead from the front in that particular aspect. And if you look at the ABC Constitution, like my colleague just read just now, section 47, subsection 4 of the Constitution, is crystal clear on the matter. I mean, the flag bearership and presidential candidates now an elective position. And where it been win after some competition. And it stays so until another national delegates conference. And as far as I understand, I will not get any other one on 2026. So he stays as the presidential candidate when at the elective position. The position of leadership, now a consequential one, a consequence of you being elected as a presidential candidate and a flag bearer. That is only when it kicks in. And I must say, as far as I understand the Constitution, it's again very clear. If you don't win the elections, whatever happens, come 6 months down the line, the position of leadership goes silent and vacant. And Dr. Samura Kamara, as a law-abiding citizen, has been very clear in a speech, in New Year's Day speech, where he make him very clear that we will follow that. He no ever claims in the leader of it anymore. But it's very crystal clear that he stays as a flag bearer and presidential candidate. And he did encourage everyone and even warned. He encouraged everyone for to follow the Constitution, let we be law-abiding citizens, and let it warn against us going, it warn us for go against them at all in any way. And that is what we are going to do. We are going to continue to follow his leadership in that. I mean, in other aspects, I just hope, say, he did wish Sierra Leoneans, everyone, a happy new year. And I hope it is happy in every nook and crevice of Sierra Leone. We compatriots in Sierra Leone. We hope saying that he get there. But he also go on for reflect on other issues. In fact, in 2023, the two main issues we stand out are the issues of the election, the controversial results of the election, or better still, the snatched elections. When are one of the issues then we come out very clearly. The second one, now the incident of November 26. I think it's described as a security breach, but now described as a coup. And obviously, it take the opportunity for expressing condolences to all the lost ones across the board, security forces as well as civilians, in that unfortunate incident day. And he's been very clear that the only way for get constitutional transfer, a smooth transfer of power, is through elections. And that way they abide by. So all the one that we lost their lives there, we they join Dr. Samura Kamara in expressing with condolences in that. And we want for, as he don't do, and we they join her in that, for expressly condemn such activities, be it security breaches or coups in the country, that not will happen at all. We are law-abiding citizens, as is Dr. Samura Kamara, and he don't be very clear in that. So we express condolences and we condemn such activities in its entirety, and the whole of Sierra Leone will join we in that. We are a law-abiding and peaceful set of people and nation. Now that we do for. And I want for also comment on further on the leadership where Dr. Samura don't show we throughout this period. The cool and calm-headed leadership. I think when I all go agree with me, say, we for attribute where do we get today as a negotiated settlement in Sierra Leone, the dialogue will be initiated as one of the main instigator of that. We want to tell and thank you for that kind of leadership. Because in addition to the institutional, both local and international institutional leadership we don't show, it also, they show leadership nationally, but not only nationally, but even internationally right now. And I want to take the opportunity for congratulate me colleague na the forum, na the platform, for the success na the United Nations, because he was a significant part of those. In fact, he led the group. We then go present the petition. Now we understand, say, the United Nations don't accept him for a debate on the 11th of January. Congratulations for that. And to the people of Sierra Leone, that these issues are being discussed at such a level. So that now great leadership, the tripartite, the communique thing will come out for try for resolve electoral issues, election issues. Now we country and now even Africa, we all know how vulnerable the issue of with judiciaries, with institutions in Africa be. For make in come out or instigate such a blueprint, for make you get a three-way leadership, for able to address the issues then they, whilst with the judiciaries they remain very vulnerable and susceptible to all sorts of things. I think that blueprint there is now being used in Africa. In fact, I think Congo recently get an election. Then reference waiting and they do na Sierra Leone with the three-way leadership for adopt them na the Congo. So congratulations to the leadership of Dr. Samura Kamara, that of the APC, and the people of Sierra Leone, and obviously the government itself. and we just hope and pray. For make we absolutely commit we safe. With Dr. Samura very clear in speech, they invite everybody for make we be sincere and let we implement the communique to the fullest.
Okay, saying so, Dr. Sesay, I want just say on that same note today. You know, if you say the reason why people then still resist, say, Dr. Samura in speech, now because we know Dr. Samura they say they follow the constitution, but some people go to say if they follow the constitution, you for don't announce say you they resign from the flag bearer and the flag bearer, if you don't election candidate, you for resign regardless. You know, if you say that issue that people then get to you, they talk about the constitution, but actually you not follow one because you not announce your resignation. If you may not announce your resignation, then therefore we from them the party for don't sit down and make some kind temporarily, act for say, okay, likewise, this don't happen. This is so and so Dr. Samura will carry on until the end of the tripartite committee. So if you say that the people they find difficult, so you they say that, you they insist, but really and truly you're not really following it by not resigning.
I think like my colleague already comment on that issue there. Fatia, I think one of the things where the people of Sierra Leone not like at the moment is distractions. For me, an entirely a distraction. The gentleman in his speech don't be very clear about in handling of this whole matter. I mean, he's that sort of gentleman where not they go and fet for things about leadership and things. But if the constitution not tell we say somebody for resign from a presidential position or flag bearer position until there is another national delegates conference. The issue of the leadership is very clear, and he said it himself, the constitution is very clear, except if somebody gets any other ulterior motive. Otherwise, the gentleman has been very clear, and I think the debate at the moment not supposed to be this one. The debate supposed to be how we move the communique forward, the tripartite investigation where they go on. And that is what we should veer the issue back, the debate, the discussion to that. And at that, the people of Sierra Leone, they wait for. I urge my colleagues in the APC, for make we put the entire pass we. Let we focus on working together. Let we pull in one direction. Let we make sure say we restore constitutionality in our country. The people of Sierra Leone, their only hope is the APC. And Dr. Samura is very clear that the APC is a government in waiting. They are ready. We are ready. We are waiting. I mean, I think that is where the debate it should be. I mean, there is an economic crisis where you elaborate on and in speech that we need to get back to those issues, the bread and butter issues, the issues of national unity, the issue of restoring reliable electricity supply in our country, the issues of justice. And justice today in Sierra Leone starts with, first of all, the election results and how we go resolve them. You can't have a bigger issue on the issue of justice in Sierra Leone today other than addressing the issue of election results. So that is where the debate should be. It's really an artificial thing for begin talk about leader, no leader. We have the chief executive officer, where we hope say very soon it will come out very clearly for speak to the people of the APC and therefore the nation Sierra Leone, the CEO of the APC party, for making address some of the issues here very clearly. But I think Dr. Samura has
thank you very much, coordinator. You probably got another question.
Thank you very much, Fatia. Thank you very much. Wonderful guest them. I want to just notify when I say the chat room is very busy right now, and everybody seems for the enjoy the submission the way we two eloquent guests and submit so far. But I want to come to Dr. Fullah. He say the only position right now we're important that the position of the national chairman. The national chairman obviously they follow the debates prior to Dr. Samura in time we for reach 6 months where the position of the leader of the party will become untenable. The national chairman been called for a meeting. That meeting was cancelled after people were gearing up for camp at a meeting they can flood the APC party. All factions, those in favor of Dr. Samura, those in favor of XYZ, those against Dr. Samura, all of those people are getting ready, sending messages. Was it timely and very, very important that the chairman, we now Honorable Mikalu Masari, for do the needful by cancelling that particular meeting. Was it a good thing? Was it a good idea?
Well, I think that answer should be directed to the national chairman. I think because he knows better. But if he asks for my personal opinion, I cannot interpret his reasoning for that. That I cannot interpret. Well, I am stating my personal opinion here. The reason being, Mr. Chairman Ninkalu Mansare, he get in reasons and why he been cancelled the meeting. So I will advise for make you engage with him. He's our chairman. Now for able, he's approachable, he's reachable. But if you ask me personally, this is my personal perspective, and please, people don't quote me, don't misquote me or misjudge me. In my view, in my opinion, I think it was right for cancel the meeting. Why? Because just like what I state, the constitution is very clear. And when the leader come, when Dr. Samura he addressed the nation, he stated I'm very clear, say I am law abiding. And he not call himself leader of the opposition. He called himself flag bearer and presidential candidate. And if the park cancel that meeting there, when the chairman, I respect him, I believe by now, in my view, after that cancellation, I expect the chairman to come with a public statement in relation to not only the issue of the leadership, but in relation to the current happenings we just highlight with regards to the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, the false claim we then go make say that he joined a coup or is part of a coup. In my view, as a legal luminary, it is absolutely nonsense because with your common sense, you know, good believe, say, Dr. Ernest Koroma, we don't rule 2 terms successfully, one of the best presidents in Africa, and he hand over power peacefully to the illegitimate president, Mada Bio. You know, go feel, say, the same statement will go join for make them form a coup and for interrogator for over 40 hours with no statement of faith. So Pamin Kalu, I first say in his reasoning, it was right for making counselor because voting will be the or what was alleged. We already said there were factions them. We want to go to the office for go cause mayhem, fight over power hegemony, over this, over that. And I think it was wise that time for council the meeting, but also I understand say he read the constitution and he get a meeting with Dr. Samura Kamara, not to say he canceled the meeting entirely. He had a meeting with Dr. Samura Kamara, and there was the understanding of the interpretation of the constitution, hence the speech of Dr. Samura Kamara to the nation on the 1st of January, when the best speech ever, where they bring healing and peace.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Sesay, yeah, go on.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll be one for ask Dr. Sesay. With the speech where Dr. Fullah put out, so for say it is one of the best speech for 2024, and Dr. Samura clarified the misunderstanding. You think say inside that speech, the Dr. Samura don't actually accept, agree for relinquish that position, that position don't become vacant, is no longer the leader of the APC party by virtue of the speech with Iki, because we get legal luminaries them around social media, some of them we official, and we get the one that we are non-official, where they can weigh into this debate. You know, with the expectation, say, there will be a kind of a ceremonial kind of thing where Dr. Samura Gotimabe talks, say, I'm no longer the leader of the APC party by virtue of Section 71A, subsection 4. So in this speech with Dr. Samura put, did he actually lay out clearly to everybody for saying, yes, may I no longer be the leader of the APC party?
I think if we don't say, we've been very clear. The speech has been very clear. Dr. Samura himself don't be very clear that the position of leader, not to an elective position, only they become operational when, if you been win the election, you become president, then that position of leadership, talk about using the nomenclature of leadership, it will be more significant, more operational. But to be honest with you, the Constitution not tell we in an elective position at all. Now, only a consequence of being elected as flag bearer and presidential candidate. So yes, for answer your question, I think it's very clear in the speech. He's made himself very clear throughout his speech. Refer to himself as leader of the party at all. Like I say, this is not an artificial debate. This is not the sort of debate we're supposed to get. I think what for they talk about is how the APC party, the people of the APC, given the difficulties where the people of Sierra Leone they go through, the economic crisis, the pain, the lack of human rights, freedom of expression, association, and the like. The issue of people them not even when they don't sleep properly, then they can knock on you house, they look at your phone, people being incarcerated, all of the problems we'll get. That should be a way for spend with time as the APC party coming together, falling behind the leadership of the party, rather than we're there in small, not the time for factions anymore. A time for think about the suffering people of Sierra Leone. They're not getting for it, then get crisis. So to answer your question, yes, it's been very clear. It's clear in his speech, and he's shown leadership in that. He not intend for go against any constitution, not the least the APC constitution. He's law abiding, and he don't one way, not for go against the constitution at all. So, and the constitution is very clear in my view that after 6 months, if you not win the election, the issue of leader is laid to rest. But until we get another national delegate conference, there's only one.
Yeah, if I may just come in there to add to what Dr. Sesay emphasized, also taking excerpt from Dr. Samura in speech. I say that the best because he addressed so many layers. He addressed so many layers in his speech. He anchored so many issues, starting from the party, the youth, going to the youth, the women, the nation. But more significantly for me, the thing where he addressed where is a canker worm at the party. And let me read it copiously what he said. He said, "Let me, however, admonish each one of us that in this day and age, backbiting, backstabbing, hypocrisy, which are similarly the norms in our national body politics, will get us nowhere."
Who was he referring to?
He's talking to the people.
In general.
In general, this is a general perspective. He's talking about backbiting, and I, for one, it resonates with me. I've always said this, that backbiting, backstabbing in our national politics. He used the word national politics, Mr. Coordinator. So that means it address everybody in the country, including whether it be APC, you be SLPP, you be PMDC, everybody is inclusive here. And I agree with him 1,000,000%. The politics of backbiting, gossip has got to stop in our national politics. It is destroying. Now that's Dr. Samura say, he anchor on unity, on collaborative working, on constructive discussions, on stopping tribal, regional narratives them, where they go on. Let us stop the blame game. These are all, I'm taking an excerpt from his speech. That makes one of the best speech he ever addressed.
Okay.
But more significantly, I want to lend credence to Dr. Sesay. And thank you so much, Dr. Sesay, for your kind words. But I think we are all in this together because he said don't play a very vital role in the APC platform and the world over in our country and the community in fighting for justice. Dr. Sesay talk about electoral justice, and I agree with him 1,000,000%. We have to appreciate Dr. Samura Kamara. Dr. Samura Kamara, before this time, people are skeptical, then they doubt why he forgo lead or sign this communique, the Bintimani communique, to be precise, 28 October in Bintimani, that was signed. Everybody, almost everybody was criticizing him. I say almost, not all of us have been criticizing. We believe in him. And I will tell you for free, yesterday, one of the prominent bloggers them called me when one of the UK bloggers them. He congratulates me. He say, "What you been talking are true." Because when I went to America on a retreat, I made a video which was out. I did say this tripartite committee is the best ever in the country, and with this, Dr. Samura Kamara has a vision, has a foresight, and with this, it will help to bring the country not only having a rerun or fresh elections, because the actions, the results of those recommendations after the communique, after the investigations, I tell you, and I did say in the audio, the video say, they are actionable and implementable. And it is happening. We get for thank them because of envision. Why? Just like what Dr. Sesay say, the outcome of those results, when they have been implemented, it will act as a template, as a model for replicates to other countries, not only in West Africa, but Africa as a whole. But also, through its vision, this communique, this dialogue that is going on, it helps for complement the judiciary, which is so inept. And I have to say this, I don't care what people say. It is inept and it's not doing its job. This communique, when it is finally actioned and implemented, it will help for complement the work of the judiciary. And we go use them, again, I repeat, as a template for Africa. So my plea to the APC supporters and sympathizers of APC, let us be patient and wait for the conclusion of the three-way investigative committee communique. And after that, we can result or look what we call a postmortem of the communique, whatever actions have been taken, before ever we can take any other action. But for now, let us be patient, because that's the only way we will bring peace and unity and hopefully get a fresh elections. And let us not be distracted by people who are not friends or people of Sierra Leone or people of Madabio, because anybody wanting 2028 elections, then you are on the agenda of Madabio for make it in that country there, for make it commit human rights violations, kill with people, do extrajudicial killing, continuous extrajudicial killing. Can we afford Madabio for another 5 years? No. The answer is no, we cannot.
Okay, thank you
Yes,
very
yes.
much. Thank you very much, Dr. Fuller and Dr. Sesay, for answering the question. I just want to give a quick shout out to the online viewers, people in the chat room, and also then they discuss within themselves, then they answer the question within themselves. I just want to say a big shout out to Delwyn Thomas, Melvin Thomas, Delwyn Thomas, Abdul Fona, Merbangura, Kamara Sheku, Sweet Bonita, Adasise, Prezo Song J-Man, Robert Cagbo, Jonathan, Salom Bobo, Rocco Simans. I have to apologize if I pronounce your name wrong, honestly. Okay, we've got Delwyn again. We've got Jonathan Rocco again. I'm just going down the list, trying to pick the Lamin Zenke. Thank you very much for watching us. John Camara, thank you so much for joining us as well. Patricia Howard, thank you very much for joining. Linda Thomas, thank you so much. James Levery, thank you. Amadou Fofana, thank you. Linda again. Ibrahim Abdullah Conte, thank you so much for watching us. Mami M. Kagbu as well. Jonathan again. Hassan Augustine Toure, thank you. Andrew Kamara of Sweden, thank you so much. I'm just trying not to repeat the names. Mabinti Kumo, thank you. Usman Conte, thank you so much for joining us as well. We are very much grateful. Simba Cole, Samuel, thank you so much. Ona, all thank you. We need to see the one already on YouTube, but we send a big shout out to Ona as well and Twitter. Ona, all thank you so much for joining us. Speak out a week every Sunday without fail in the evening. Ona, to join me, we are very much grateful, and Ona, all welcome to this platform. Dr. Sesay, Dr. Veenod Fullah, we get some questions on the chat. I don't know before coordinator ask any question, if we can just highlight one or two. Coordinator, what do you say? You want to ask one more question, or I go ahead and highlight one or two questions so they can answer that there as well?
Well, I believe say most of the questions
I mean,
they don't ask at this platform. The two eloquent speaker that don't do real justice to them questions today. But there was something which Dr. Sesay raised, that the focus of the party right now, the APC, now the atrocities the way this regime they cause against the people of Sierra Leone, and I believe say they all go agree with that. And Dr. Sesay also mentioned that the United Nations, the debates, the tripartite committee, the impasse within Sierra Leone on the 11th of January, and he commend Dr. Fullah for that particular effort we he make alongside the other Sierra Leoneans them. We go na the ICC, we go na the United States and other places them for go tender the documentations them against Madabio for indictment. And so the effort with the diasporans them, Sierra Leoneans them, all over the world, different countries them, the effort will be made now so for demonstrate against the Bio regime, against the innocent people of Sierra Leone, don't begin to yield dividend. And I think say it is worth waiting Dr. Sesay don't wait, so make we slightly make a shift to that. Make we begin tap ourselves at the back and see waiting, we don't do, and waiting the ahead of this United Nations debate. So Fatia, with the permission, I think say it would be a good shift. What do you think?
Yeah, no, great. It necessary anyway, because all things are so interlinked. So it's necessary for a lot of discussion. And obviously, that is a great question where Dr. Sesay talk about. So yes, of course, why not? So we can go ahead with that question there, Owan Castle.
Except if you the one for answer one or two questions from the chat. There's
I can just slide through and just pick. Shengbe has. Okay, let me just look around. Let me look for a very interesting one. Andrew one is already read and answered.
yeah.
Darwin is answering most of it, but it's just one question with somebody else. Okay, I think I saw one earlier one. Just give me a few seconds. Let me just scroll up again.
I see one from Amadou Fofana. We
Okay, let me highlight that one.
Constitution.
Should I look for that one for Mr. Fefana? Oh, I don't know. It's somewhere. We've got so much. I'm quite lost actually.
Yeah, it mentioned say the drafters of the Constitution on Article 47(1) was deliberate. The flag bearer and presidential candidate is not a member of the National Party officers, according to Article 46. Dr. Samura was clear on his statement. He is now former leader of the party. I think, yeah, it was just a statement he made. Okay, it's all right. Yeah, it was just a statement. I think resonates with waiting Dr. Fullah be the top. Yeah. So anyway, let's move. Let's move. I think it's been a very good chat. Now the chat.
Before we move, I just want to ask Dr. Fullah this question. Let's talk about the environment. Dr. Samura in speech. This is not just last question. I want to talk about the environment, the setting. What do you think? Because when you look at people in speech, that's everything like a you look and analyze that. You may feel say, are you see as a person? Because we need to talk about that in status, in body status, the environment, everything. You may satisfied with that, or you feel say because of all this draw now the party tell on her all the stress from the 24th of June, because all anything and in body language we need for analyze them all.
To start with, he was very humbling. He appeared very respectful and humbling. And look at him. Not only shirt he was on. He was relaxed. He was calm. He was focused. He was articulate. And he was succinct to the point. He never faltered anything. For me, it was flawless in terms of the setting, in terms of the pursuit of the articulation of the speech, the presentation, and the speech writers. I have to give them credence as well, because that is, I call it, a unifying speech. He touched on all layers. His speech anchored on everything, ranging from women to men, to youth, to the government, to the international community, to the party, to Sierra Leoneans, both home and abroad. He touched on everything in a very relaxed, succinct, and also calm and humbling manner. It's perfect.
Say no more. Say no more.
Thank you so much for that, because we're not going to talk about the speech, that we're not talk about the environment. So it's necessary you follow do that, because those are things like how you say people know they write speech, look at the body language, sign language, everything, lip reading, everything has to be analyzed and criticized in the right way. So thank you so much. Yes, we're gonna move to coordinator will take over regarding the other topic. So we'll dissect it.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Dr. Sesay, for highlighting the United Nations debate. I actually put them down also as one of the things that we will touch on, including Dr. Hannes Baikroma in whatever. But with that said, I think we will hit them straight away. That the first time this happened, about Sierra Leone political landscape, that an election, very controversial election, drew attention of the international community to points to say they don't actually involved in it. And if I can remember that the first time the United Nations, the debates, an issue we get to do with Sierra Leone, apart from the war, will be happen from 1991 to 2002. Now, the first time this was the debates, a political issue in Sierra Leone on the 11th. Sierra Leoneans are looking forward to it. What are your expectations, Dr. Sesay, about this debate?
Well, I think we've been led a member we internationally on really other matters, other issues other than issues of conflict, be it war or electoral issues. But as far as my memory serves me, you're quite right. For a very long time, apart from the issues of war. But people will correct me, but I believe, say, before we get the intervention of ECOWAS through ECOMOG, when democracy was once challenged again, and obviously the people of Sierra Leone rose to that challenge. I think before ECOWAS or ECOMOG did intervene, then we therefore need a resolution or the blessing of the United Nations. This time round, for MEC, we already get a tripartite committee, which has been one of the leadership there is already the United Nations resident representative in Sierra Leone. I suppose say, should we ever get to the point where we need the United Nations for stamp anything, or perhaps for formulate a resolution, we're going to need for be passed through the United Nations, already such debate go don't set the scene. It go don't set everything up. I think everything is going to go alongside as they go along. Even with the investigations in Freetown, they put the United Nations in the scene of waiting they happen, and then go they think about waiting for do. And now it go culminate or even climax on the debate in the United Nations. So I just say, if we ever get to a point where we need a United Nations resolution or backing for overstamp anything we need for be done in Sierra Leone, we'll make them restore electoral order in Sierra Leone and bring relief to the people of Sierra Leone, I think so that go already fast track, expedite, and make the work easier and timely. Don't forget, very soon we'll get ECOMOG entering Sierra Leone. And whatever is being done by the international communities, most of the time, ECOMOG or ECOWAS are the implementing organ, the sub-regional organization where they implement things. The international community generally speak through the sub-regional organization. So a lot of things, where they say everything, they come together very nicely. I think it go better let we organize with law, we do things in an honorable way. We issues them be debated in the United Nations anymore because of crisis situations. But this is not the background where I will give to you formally when ECOMOG being able to intervene in Sierra Leone. Again, when the electoral processes were disrupted, when they overthrew the Tijankaba government, and obviously it was ECOWAS through ECOMOG being for coming. And I believe so we get the backing of the United Nations in coming up with a resolution there. And again, this time around, democracy has been challenged in Sierra Leone. And if we talk about coups, actually, the only person we don't involve in coups in Sierra Leone is President Bio himself. In fact, for a third time, first together with the Strasser regime, and then he turned to in boss and he moved him when he ruled for 3 months. And that time, they don't forget, he said we forget peace before elections. But the people of Sierra Leone stood up and said, no. They said, no, forget election before peace. I mean, he wasn't genuine, he wasn't sincere there. But the people of Sierra Leone stood up. And again, this time round, however long it takes and whatever it takes, the people of Sierra Leone, we go stand up, we will continue for stand up until electoral order in Sierra Leone. We cannot shoot to power. The Johnny Paul regime came, we had to bring it down. So in a nutshell, yes, it's a timely thing for making it be debated in the United Nations. It will expedite things, it will make things come together fast and timely.
Okay. Dr. Fullah, we all don't see where the ICC, we all see where the ICC invites Marabio. We all jubilate now, so, oh, well, the actions we've been taking now for demonstrate, don't begin the yield dividend, now they don't invite him, he's going to be indicted and stuff like that. Then we don't see anything happen. We all see the effort way the other regional bodies that they take, including the invitation of Dr. Anes Bakroma, the police headquarters, the effort we, the regional leaders in Ghana, Sierra Leone, this government rejects the requests according to them. Waiting will make the impact by these debates on the 11th of January, that the United Nations. Waiting will make we all believe, say, yeah, things are happening now. With all the things that do happen, we'll not see much. Over to you, sir.
Well, in my view, one at the start, besides legal luminary, I come as a religious person because I have faith, too much faith in God. Where God wants for Halaki a leader, it make him become stubborn. It make him become stubborn. And I give a biblical example like Pharaoh in the Bible, who they called Pharaoh in Quran, where God want to go destroy the Red Sea. That's what he did. He was very stubborn, very insolent. Very, very, very stubborn till the end. He will end at the Red Sea. Fast tracking forward to 21st century. Same happened with Saddam Hussein, challenged the West. Same happened with Gaddafi, challenged the West. What happened? In the end, they were all destroyed. Similarly, that's what it will happen with the illegitimate president, Mada Bio. Mada Bio, he would end, and mark my words, when I keep this tape, Mada Bio will end at the ICC, even if it takes donkey years. We have what we call in international criminal law, when in the area of expertise, there is no statutory limitation to the prosecution of crimes against humanity and human rights. I repeat, there is no statutory limitations of prosecution of human rights crimes, of heinous crimes by leaders and their cohorts. For example, Charles Taylor. What make Madabio up till this time, he has not faced the ICC, but he will be investigated because now a current sitting president. The 1991 Constitution makes provision for amnesty, makes provision for immunity. As far as he is president, he gets immunity, he cannot be indicted. But trust me, when Madabio steps away from power, he would not only be indicted, he would be investigated, prosecuted, convicted, and sentenced for crimes against humanity with all his cartel government officials. Coming to the UN, I'm not surprised what happened at the UN. Just like Ms. Dr. Sesay said earlier, when I did do the presentation on the 25th of November last year at the UN, it took me 1 hour, 30 minutes doing my presentation. And I have to say, I was very impressed with Jackie, who was the representative of the United Nations Secretary General, who represented him in the meeting. And in my recommendation, we did recommend, make them refer this matter to the United Nations Security Council, because they're responsible for international peace and order. It is there in the 15-page document I presented at the UN. So for me, it's not a surprise. And in response from the speech I gave, the UN representative was not only impressed, he did tell me with the team, with my colleagues there, they would not sit down and allow Sierra Leone to dissipate or go into anarchy. And because she comes from Senegal, and Senegal is a peaceful country, you know, go want that copycat later happen. Let them begin emulate copy what happened in Salon, you go to Senegal, because Senegal is a peaceful country. And you also note that Senegal president was among the delegates them we visit Madabio last year. And the lady did tell me at the UN, you know, go only communicate to resident UN representative na Sierra Leone, but they also present to impose, and they go present na the United Nations Security Council, which means then take them very serious, and they are treating it as a priority, because they don't want for make Sierra Leone degenerate again into the state which we are about 30 years ago. And also it will be a problem for the UN, because before this time, the UN, like recall, supported Sierra Leone immensely in terms of resources, in terms of finance, in terms of everything. And they are outstretched. There is war going on in Russia and Ukraine. And there is another war going on in Palestine and where? Israel. They are outstretched. They want to make sure they nip this in the bud. Although I agree with Dr. Sesay, this is not the kind of thing we wanted, but I think it is better for us to have this discussion, get a resolution, whereby then go able to find a resolution to this problem. And let me come back to Madabio. Madabio has offended not only the international community, he has offended his brother and sister countries, namely Nigeria, Congo, Togo, and the like, the ECOWAS heads of state. You cannot agree with your colleagues and you renege on that agreement. It is spiteful. It is disgraceful. But I'm not surprised, because now court, they harden in heart for make it reach in downfall. And he has reached his Waterloo, and we pray, when this meeting happened on the 11th, which I'm not surprised, which I'm continuing to pray and I'll fast for that. Make we able to get a peaceful resolution, find ways and means how by we will remove this yoke, and the yoke is Badabio, from our country in order to get peace and tranquility in Sierra Leone.
So, Dr. Fuller, you saying that you feel saying that the main reason we matter be by hook or by crook, they try for hang on to power, because say if he left, obviously he would be apprehended some sorts. You feel saying that the main reason is still, like I said, by hook or by crook, they try for staying in power.
The answer is straightforward. Yes, Madabio knows he left power today. He will be indicted. There is no compromise about it. There's no debate about it. He knows, he has been advised. And like he did 20 years retrospectively, he would be arrested, and there will be retrospective investigations for crimes where he don't commit. And Madabio not even know the charges we have levied against him. Some of us will be his principal witness in the box, and we wish to God, Lord, we pray for long life. Lord, we did that day for go be one of the principal prosecutors and witnesses there. The reason why he is doing this, because he knows say then go hold him as he power left him. You no longer be immune. The constitution not go provide, not go protect him. But for now, the provision say you have immunity. Therefore, you will not be prosecuted. But the moment he step out of power, trust me, he'll be whisked to the ICC. He will perish in prison with all his criminal cartels.
All right. Thank you. Dr. Sesay, let me come to you, please. These actions where the AU, United Nations, and all the regional bodies, then they try to take on Sierra Leone. You mentioned the Democratic Republic of Congo as, then they get their own political issues, electoral issues. You feel say this could be the model we use. This is like an example from Sierra Leone that this can go able for use for strengthening the AU or the ECOWAS for make sure say the elections are conducted properly and transparently for the rest of Africa in the future.
Thank you very much, Owen Kasu. You see, when you look at the causes of war across the African continent, now mainly as a result of electoral problems. And you see, the African Union get what in and called the African Peer Review Mechanism. And great leaders like Thabo Mbeki, former President Thabo Mbeki of South Africa, former President Obasanjo, and then colleagues, been come up 20 years ago in 2003, then come up with a charter called African Union Peer Review Mechanism, when a self-assessment process, a peer review process in which then go say, okay, Liberia, Sierra Leone, una go peer review una self in every aspect, una institutions, una electoral bodies, una main organs of government, the judiciary, the executive, parliament, the legislature, and all. The Parliament of Liberia go can check up the Parliament of Sierra Leone for see what they do and say, oh, now you una they go wrong, una need for strengthen here, una need for correct this. In the same way, the executive of Sierra Leone go peer review that of Liberia, and Liberia vice versa, and the same with the judiciary. And guess what? In the last 2 years, incidentally, the chairman of that mechanism then at the whole of Africa, now with current President Madabio. The people them, wherever come up with this idea, we don't they work very well for other countries in Africa, go be very disappointed that even the chairman of that mechanism, where they represent you and me as Sierra Leoneans, and we know say Sierra Leone don't be an example in Africa, we're not the Athens of Africa. Well, someday. That we president, when I suppose for whole whip, they check on everyone. Say when they do the right thing here, there, and the other, in the judiciary, in a governance structure. And if you look at the pillars of the African peer review mechanism, it talk about various forms of governances. We are the main pillars: democratic governance, economic governance, socio-economic governance, corporate governance. I tell you what, Mother Bio, is his responsibility in the last 2 years for make sure all African countries behave consistent with all them pillars here. And not only the African peer review mechanism. If you look at Vision 2063, democratic governance and other structures, the issues of democracy, now big pillars for make we achieve, for make we all get somewhere. Other sub-regions, East African community, Southern African community, they understand them principles here. They are busy breaking down barriers, forming one passports, forming regional railways, you know, knowing where Africa should go. So to come back to that point, Africa are very keen for mitigate the issues here of electoral problems across Africa. Look at next door Liberia. Look at how George Weah don't conduct himself. I mean, trading out to weed and they can learn. So yes, once more, Dr. Samura Kamara is showing the leadership that is needed, where you don't instigate this template, where yes, that is what is going to be used across Africa, and already that is what has been mentioned. But I just say, a less than palatable for make we own president get this honor for be the chairman of the Africa Peer Review Mechanism, but only God knows what in the scorecard go look like. And certainly this would have been a befitting time as then they recently celebrate a couple of weeks back, the 20th anniversary of the African Peer Review Mechanism in South Africa. My president, Dr. BU, went there when you get issues of election, an election where you no win, is snatch. I don't know what he was telling those people there. And I don't know how he go ask questions across Africa about how the leadership of all the leaders in Africa then they do. So we really need proper leadership, proper representation. If you look at a country like Rwanda and Sierra Leone get war within 6 months of each other, the last wars. I think it was in October 1990, the Rwanda war start. We don't start in March 1991, within 6 months. 20 years or more hence, look at Rwanda war don't end in 1994, where about 1 million people were killed. We on war don't end like 20 years ago or more. Look at where we are. We are still talking about we cannot even conduct a simple election without somebody not can't map now. We throw to them the look, we say, do the right thing, do the right thing. It's really shameful. So yes, we need the leadership of Dr. Samura Kamara. We already don't show him, like I say, both institutionally, locally, and internationally, nationally, as well as internationally now, by providing the blueprint, the template will be used across Africa for help with judiciaries, with vulnerable judiciaries who are performing below par. Because if the judiciary was sitting up and doing its job, we won't be where we are, unfortunately. Yes, it's going to be used as the blueprint.
Well, that's a good news. That's a good news. Fatia, you are muted. Make her quickly come in. Well, a slight shift again. The stance of the international community with regards to Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma in situation. Dr. Fullah, what do you think? I'm not sure if Fatia wants for coming quickly for say something, but I think the mic is it's still not working. Well, anyway, Dr. Fullah, what do you think about the stance of the regional bodies then with regards to Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, when a former leader, a chairman of the Elders Committee, he's an asset for Africa. So what's not the stance of these people, given the fact that Ernest Koroma accepts initially for left the country for go sit down for Nigeria, which a lot of people think say it is not right, may sit down at the country waiting Madabe go do am, but Madabe will come up with another situation where they will get to do something bad to them, and then we end up for lose him, and people are really worried about his safety. So you think say what's your stance on this particular impasse where they happen with regards to Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma?
Well, and I get an echo. No, it's not from me.
We hear you clearly. It's okay.
Okay. Madabio don't set a very bad precedent in the country. But not only the country, Mr. Kamara, the whole of Africa. Hence the reason the international community is stand behind Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. It is an ugly precedent because una no go say or you cannot incriminate someone where don't be president for 2 terms, as I said earlier, where na a peaceful person, where respect human rights, where rule across the country, irrespective of region, tribe, greed, sex, where it be say everybody love and is still loved by the people. And the stance again is because if Madabio continue for do what he do with President Kuruma by force, because these are false claims, nobody would believe Madabio that President Kuruma is involved in these self-style orchestrated, we call them self-style orchestrated coup, because it's not a coup, it was set up by them. What didn't happen with Dr. Ernest Kuruma? It is well planned, it is well executed, and that is why the international community is taking its grounds. And I think it's unfair on the part of Dr. Ernest, we call always the Kolankoto, for the kind of treatment meted to him. And this is the former president, according to what we understand, in 2018, that Madabio did not even win the elections, but Ernest Kuruma, as it was alleged, don't quote me, it was alleged, that Madabio did not win the elections in 2018, but former President Kuruma pushed that he is given power. And if they get complaints and bitterness and resulted to this fight within the APC party, this is the man where Africa, in particular, ECOWAS, recognize. He don't go do elections in several countries. He don't go arbitrate. He's an arbiter, he's a mediator for peace. In Africa, he's widely respected, as he said, chair of the Elders Committee within the state. You know, believe he want to go involved in a self-styled orchestrated coup. Now, the interview man for 40 hours, there are no witness statements. We call them here case statement of case. Only for go charge them for treason and misprision of treason. And I believe the reason why the international community is taking this stand, when they visit Madabio, as I understand it, there were no evidence, and there are still no evidence to incriminate Dr. Ernest Kuruma. And if you read the letter states very clear. If you have any additional information relating to Dr. Ernest Kuruma's indictment, then when it in Abuja, we now go forward on, because we've got what we call interjudicial communication, interjudicial working pattern systems, which means it implies, when the meeting was held closed doors, there were no evidence, and there are still no evidence to charge Dr. Ernest Kuruma to court. This is the reason why the international community is not happy about that, because if they sat down and allowed this to happen, it not only set a bad precedent, it will bring an upheaval in the country, because they know, say, former President Kuruma is widely respected both nationally and internationally, and he gets his own region where he command and in group, and a member of the APC party where he very popular. Obviously, there will be an upheaval, an uproar, or uprising where ECOWAS and the international community no go want for make that happen. So to contain it, to allow not to make sure this does not happen, that's the reason why they send that letter there and they ask Madabio. But the fact that it spites them, it disrespects them, trust me, they will go all out to make sure that Mada pays for it.
Okay. All right.
It's unacceptable.
Good.
Did you hear me now? Please?
Yeah, we hear you, Fatia.
Okay, Dr. Fullah, that same question, I just want to add, I have to apologize because I go in and come back out, I need to see the recent chat. I just to see, I've only got like 3 or 4 on my screen, obviously, because I go in and come out. So, doctor, if you say where Mother Bio don't behave, I don't behave, so to the ECOWAS stroke ECOWAS, if you say this might end up Sierra Leone being disqualified or suspended, if you say go ever get for lead to that or isolated?
Well, I will take the latter. It's highly likely Salone will be isolated from the international community. It's highly likely they're going to introduce systems then, ways and means whereby they will tighten Madabio for make it give up, for make actually it fail. This I tell you for free. Because don't forget, say, Nigeria, now with Big Brother. Remember during the ECOMOC, when Nigeria came to aid us, to help us, just like alluded to by Dr. Sesay, where he talked. Nigeria now Big Brother, for you for go spite and disrespect Tinubu and the president of ECOWAS, it is a slap on their faces, and they will not allow this to happen. They will go all out to make sure whatever happened, Madabio yield to their own demand. Whether they isolate them, whether they get sanctions, but let's wait and see. And I'm telling you, some of us will continue to press the button. We'll continue to press the button behind the scenes. Come rain, come shine.
All right.
Dr. Sesay, I just get a quick question for you because with the roundup, we don't know about more than an hour and a half now. If we say Madabio is severely distracted or just get this personal vendetta against the APC party, but a whole 5 and 6 years with the council now, is just severely distracted. All in this and biggest achievement to bring APC down and bring an escobar. If you say this APC thing don't overtake in mind, you're not able to foresee vision for ruling country directly.
Madam Fatia, what I will say to you is, in life, one of the things we for do now for get involved in personality conflicts, but always put issues in focus. I can tell you for sure, say, one of the strategic mistakes where them people here do now for make the APC then focus when in the kind of power. I mean, issues of governance, not issues where you go treat in a trivial way. You need maturity in leadership. What they needed to do when they came to power was to think about the plight of the people and try to address the chronic problems then where the country get. The focus should have been on the issues, national issues. But waiting not been their agenda. Their agenda was the APC party. And with the way where they look at the whole thing, it appears like say they may get a plan for can't decimate the APC. Make sure they destroy and completely not exist anymore. And I think that is where, when you talk about distraction, that is where it started. 3-4 years into governance, in fact, we then come first and talk about the transitional the transitional paper we then do, Professor Francis. You can see clearly all waiting in the day. I mean, we all open to scrutiny. We all want for people to be investigated, the commissions of inquiry and all. But all we ask of now for make we do them in a transparent and fair manner. But that was what set the stage. If you look at the transition paper day, the transition paper, they already highlight the people that name the inside, they all Northwesterners and things. I don't want to talk about region, I don't want to talk about tribe at all, because that is not my style. And I really want to urge people for make we move away from that. And that's another subject which I will comment on before the end of this program, if possible. But yes, they've been very distracted. 3 years into the leadership, they had not done anything. When we will go back to the electorate and tell them, say these are our achievements. So suddenly they wake up, there's election around the corner. Unfortunately, the time we've been left, the only policy where they've been getting now how to rig the elections, unfortunately. So they've been distracted. And here we go again. We still not learned lessons. Even when they manage for snatch the election, instead of concentrating on national issues, let President Bio go able to get something of a legacy, let go able to restore whatever is left of any integrity. Rather, he's going after all sorts of people. The witch hunting continues, in my view. I mean, I really want people to be investigated, but it has to be done in an open, free, and fair manner. But we really look at the subjects we are talking about. We are talking about tribalism. We are talking about other things. No, we should be talking about how we all come together as Sierra Leoneans, like Dr. Samura did highlight in speech. We therefore look at the lineages, the thing that we connect with together, the thing that we, now the common interest, the common good as a people. Diversity should not be seen as a weakness. Rather, it should be a source of strength. You being a Fullah, you being a Mendy, you being a Timne, you being whatever else, no matter. We are Sierra Leoneans. That is the only thing that matters wherever we go and whatever we do, and we come on achievements in life. Not to forgo sit down here, there, or the other and begin talk about, oh, that man is different from you, so now a threat to you, go kill him, or go fight him, go do on this. No, we should be talking about issues of national unity. Rwanda is better today because then try for entrench good practices, local mechanisms for promote peace and stability and unity in the country. But we are completely distracted from those important issues by now for the work on mechanisms of national unity in the country. But I'm sure when we get the right leadership, all of these things will be entrenched. They will be made part and parcel because that is where development comes from. Dr. Samura did call upon the youth. He did warn them for they're not allowed in future for be stolen from them. We have more urgent issues. Youths, we have the drug epidemic today, in addition to the issues of unemployment and poor education. We need leadership that will fix that. The women of Sierra Leone, the APC, when it was in power, the flagship projects where they talk about issues of the universal healthcare project or maternal and child health. The indices are so poor. These are the issues we should be talking about. And Dr. Samura, in his New Year speech, alluded to that. He really acknowledged all of them here and say, listen, don't be downtrodden. He talked about the issue of hope. The youths should be hopeful for a brighter future under the leadership of Dr. Samura and the APC party. The women can be sure that then will get all the services where they need once more. So I think saying that we need to do. Concentrating on the issues of national unity, concentrating on how to build Sierra Leone, the youth, the women. I mean, to be fair, the policy of the 30% thing of women participating in governance is a good one. But there's not much else to say, really. And we can better that when the APC comes to power. These are the things we'll concentrate on. And Dr. Samura Kamara did use a New Year speech for instill hope in Sierra Leoneans that, yes, we will be able to resolve our intra-party issues as well as national issues. They will be put right. Yes, that is what is going to happen.
Thank you very much. We will round up now because we've gone way over the time, but obviously it's necessary for let me do that. So if we can just give, actually before we conclude, Dr. Veenod, this just for a few seconds. Dr. Sesay, this tripartite committee, they become a blueprint for most African countries. So therefore, you feel say they therefore try the level best for make her as vigorous and as fair as possible, rather than it becomes stained. So
Well,
APC for opening eye to make sure this is worked properly. For the fact that people want to use this model.
I've been saying it, and I agree with Dr. Sesay 100%. It will be used as a template, as a blueprint, no doubt about it. The reason why then they continue, the American ambassador, the EU, the resident coordinator, and now ECOWAS, they emphasize, and now to the UN, they emphasize for get this thing resolved. No, they don't want for this kind of thing happen again in Africa. Then why use not only as a blueprint, but set an example. Say, when hold elections properly, and conduct elections to the will of the people, or you steal the mandate of the people, we are going to apply this model. Full stop. So they will go all out to make sure they succeed, because this is not the first time it happened at Sierra Leone, and at the first time then they get involved, initiated by them, also forward thinking with Dr. Samura Kamara, the APC party, flag bearer and presidential. So because of this, we implore the body words of Dr. Samura Kamara, we appeal on the APC supporters and sympathizers them. don't get distracted. Let us focus, stay focused. Let us be committed to this agreement. Let us work with Dr. Samura Kamara and the members who they represent, the three-way committee, investigative committee of the tripartite communique. Let us work in unison. Let us put our differences aside. Any vested interest, do you allow, let this communique work. After that, we look at the results, how they go implement them, then before we can think about any other actions. If you get interest for stand, maybe after the communique. So we appeal to now because the international community is hell-bent on making sure that it works and the resources and the money and then time not going to be wasted, and they want for what we call electoral justice will take place in Sierra Leone. But more importantly, once we get electoral justice, there will be peace and unity. So important, it is pertinent, it is fundamental for the distractors of some of we party, who they appeal to now, they implore now, please, let we put everything what we get, that we differences aside, and let we support Dr. Samura Kamara for this blueprint, for this template, for this model for work. Once it works, it will be a precedent in Sierra Leone. And now that they go get again, not only Dr. Samura Kamara and the APC party, but the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay, thank you so much. And with a round up now, I want to see if coordinator get anything for say. Otherwise, everybody get few seconds for to summarize, then we can close. Coordinator, got any last question for the guests?
Quickly, the people, particularly the women of Sierra Leone, from all party, then the image of the former chairman and leader, former president, Dr. Sesay Nkurumah, not been go down well for them. Lots of women and cry. When I go through the forum, them, the audios the women listen to, we women and they reflect on the video or the pictures of the former leader standing in the dock when the charges are being read against him. You know, it put a lot of women them into tears, and they expressed that at the forums. So, Dr. Sesay, the images then the way you see of Dr. Sesay Nkurumah. Personally, what do you think of him? How you think he handle him? Is he strong enough to, you know, stand in that dock proudly, trying to defend himself, trying to make sure that the world knows he's innocent, or is he being so humble to the judiciary? We clearly the APC party refuse to go seek redress to. We will not believe, we not trust a judiciary. One who thinks the BO regime don't capture. But Nkurumah stood there and trying to defend himself or listening to that. What do you think of him as a man? How did he handle this personally?
I mean, you cannot have a more mature or a more calm, composed person than President Nkurumah. He's been there, he's seen it all. If anything, in only interest. Thing we don't work for all in life, now for build Sierra Leone, for build peace and unity in our countries, for make with diversity be strength. So he understands what is happening. He can see through everything. He knows where all of this is coming from. It's part of the grand plan to break down the leadership of the APC party when I'm the icon of it, and hence just perpetuate themselves in leadership. So for me, the way I see him, and I go urge all the people of the APC as well as Sierra Leone, for make them listen to what President Nkurumah himself say. I mean, obviously, we are people that we believe in the rule of law. If you think, say, you get somebody for help you with evidence in something, we're happy with that, because that is what we should do as a people. But make sure you do them transparently and fairly, respecting the human rights of everyone. And Dr. Samura did allude to that. So President Nkrumah, the first thing when they invite him, what he said to the people, he put out a press release or say to the people that every Sierra Leonean for stay calm and let nobody not do anything. He is willing for go answer questions because he's confident in himself. This gentleman, not only a national icon, but an international icon. Today, I'm the face of peace and tranquility in the sub-region. This man don't go everywhere for conduct elections. This man don't go resolve all sorts of disputes everywhere. He enjoy 10 years of rule, elected on 2 consecutive occasions. In his second term, where they campaign for his second term in 2012. Waiting he say if you feel say I woke, vote for me. You feel say I not woke, well, no vote for me. That was all he had to say to the people because he was confident. He been believing himself. So this is a gentleman of peace. You cannot have a better icon of peace. So yes, it's a sad thing to see that happening, but we know it's not the grand plan. I mean, it tell the people for stay calm, stay home, not to forget into the streets. Let we not get trapped into a grand sort of plot in terms of when they say an Nkrumah and they do and so all man gonna treat begin holler all over the place and we cause chaos and just damage the tripartite investigation where they go on. We don't want any distractions. We all there with President Nkrumah and he know that say every peace loving Sierra Leonean there with them. We they support them in full every step of the way, but we have to be very careful how they react to them traps here. We not get for go out and cause any chaos because 6 months is just around the corner. We have to see this to the end. Who's there you see big heads of states from where President Bio take over power? They not only fly 1, but they fly 2 into the country. Maybe if it don't happen, maybe once or twice. But immediately they announce President Nkrumah, then put her under house arrest and he's under investigation. What did happen? A president of Ghana, president of Senegal, nations when are the nations in Africa, an icon of democracy and stability and development. Powerful people and like them one and they then fly in. Waiting, not because of Nkrumah. And that is what these people want. They want a bit of international attention, and they are getting that. But the people should never suck into what they are trying to do, causing chaos in the streets of Sierra Leone, and sort of drown out the investigation where they go on. All of what is happening could be a part of that. And we are not going to do that. And Nkrumah, for listening to your advice, they don't put out a press release, they don't tell we say, let everybody stay calm. He is going to answer the questions, but we not get to be distracted from the grand plan, which is the investigation, the tripartite investigation, the full implementation of the communique. That is all what Sierra Leoneans want to hear and what they want to see, because they know that is the only thing we will get them out of the misery where them people here don't put on top on with people.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sesay. I just want to give a final shout out to everybody who watch me online, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And I thank you very much for joining us Sunday, week after week, without fail. Come rain, come shine, come snow. And I thank you. We're very much grateful. And besides, we're all welcome to this platform. Please, carry on for share the live. And also, subscribe to the page. So as soon as we come on Sundays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, we do quite a lot lately. When I go get the notification, then I can join the conversation. And I thank you, everybody who will watch. Also to the fantastic guest, Dr. Veenod Fullah. Thank you as always. We're very much grateful you're here. You're a learned individual. You know what they talk about. You know your stuff. We're very much grateful to have people like you. Dr. Sesay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sesay. You know, you're charmer. Like I say, you're fantastic. Una know una stuff and una answer the question to perfection. So for that, we are grateful. I just want to know if Dr. Veenod, you get any last submission or let me close the show. You want to give last submission? You got a few seconds for summarize.
Yes, I do.
Okay, come in.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank Una the presenters, everyone, Kasu and Fatia, for wonderful work. You guys are doing fantastically well, and we do appreciate Una. Una continue for promote peace, because This is the platform to bring unity and make APC come back to power. Let God reward una. And to viewers, one for thank una for listening to us. The one that we believe, well, where we think say they not be actually be persuasive by the other discussions, then we believe say, we think say, at least today we have made it clearer to UNAM what Dr. Samura in speech mean. For me, they appeal to all and sundry, not only APCMs, all Sierra Leoneans. We are a country. Low no look we have as tribes, just like Dr. Sesay did emphasize. We are low run away from the tribalist issue or regional group. Low we see we have as Sierra Leoneans. I remember when I be go university, I not be know about Mende or Limba or Loco. It's only during this time of Madabio there is a distinction between Limba, Creole, Timini, or Loco. I never knew about that. It's this same Madabio we can't divide the country. But now we not allow that, you and me. We're too good enough, we're too educated enough for make this thing drag we down to the drain. So they appeal to everybody. Let we come together. Let we support our people, in particular APC supporters them. When I come together, let we support this three-way investigative committee where they go on, because that's the only way. If we remain resolute, we remain focused by God's power after the investigation, any recommendation will come, it will be at the benefit of the party. And let we support Dr. Samura Kamara. I tell you, he is the only leader for now in the APC party who is able to take the APC party to victory and the country to peace and unity. I thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sesay. You get anything for say, Dr. Sesay?
Well, thank you very much. Just a few words in addition. First of all, I also want to thank Una. We host them to this program, and for the good work Una done they do na the online TV for keep the flag of APC as well as Sierra Leoneans up. Let God continue for strengthen Una, for making Una able to do that. And we also want to thank we viewers for spare them precious time tonight, for can listen to what we get for say, and to me colleague at the platform, I want to tell you thank you as well. Again, to Sierra Leoneans, I just want to say lastly that let we all see ourselves as Salone people them. Let we focus on the important issues. I think we all they go through quite a lot. When I were there within Sierra Leone, when they suffer quite a lot, not the least the economic crisis. As if it wasn't too bad, I think the inflation rate is over 50% at the moment. And on top of that, come the 1st of January we just passed, even the price of rice therefore go up, they don't increase again, the rates and all of that. I think that anything and therefore they think about right now. We therefore think about the bread and butter issues. We therefore think about the prices of fuel. We therefore think about electricity supply. We country today. Again, Nigerian and Senegalese friends, them, colleagues, them, where if I tell them, say, electricity not stable in my country, then they look me ping as if me a strange human being. Those are the things where we get for focus on right now. And to you, the youths, do ya a beg, una let we concentrate on the important things. Una take una time for learn waiting they happen around, una stay sincere to una country, there are bigger issues. When they see with people, then they on push all the time. They can destroy with people them, woman them. There are issues we need for be addressed. Do ya when let we think as a country, let we address the problems they will need for address. Do ya let we not concentrate on the issues of how you look different from me, whether we talk different language. No, that is not. It does not matter. There is strength in diversity, and that is all we want to tell people. Dear, when allow we concentrate for be a unified force as Sierra Leoneans, let try move the country up. Let we not still depend and small election business. When will we think about the bigger issues of development, the issue of IT issues, technology? Forget we to the level. Today, people are talking about AI. how for improve or lift them countries up, make them roads, make them country a modern country. Not for still depend all the arguments here. Do ya? We all na Salon people, then we all na one. We all na brothers and sisters, east, west, south, north. We all na one people. Then nobody no attempt for divide. We will not allow that to happen. We are all Sierra Leoneans. We are all one. Let's be unified. Let's work together. Let's take the leadership in Africa where we get once more. We are leaders as Sierra Leoneans. Thank you very much for having me in your platform tonight.
Thank you so much. Coordinator Yusuf, summarize before we close.
Well, trust me, the expectations of we two guests them now, so that's them can give justice. Indeed, them step over that. The discourse was very, very good, very impressive, very educative, and I can just smile at the submissions of the chat room. Guess them, people there where they respond to each other for and against the APC and all of that. So interesting. I just smile at that. And that's not because we get two eloquent, two people that we speak to the topic today. We really show, say, they are real patriots of the country. They are real Democrats. And we so blessed as a platform for get them to mania so today. And also we can talk to you about them topics there so. And hopefully we will get them again. We can talk to you on more issues them where they happen. And we want to tell you thank you with the chat, with the view from Facebook, with the view from YouTube and Twitter, for keeping up with this platform. We'll continue for subscribe whenever we come live. We really appreciate you now. I don't think say we can thank these people enough for the time they don't take for educate winners today on this topic. So that said, make we call it off. We say thanks to the technical team for bringing all this beautiful discussion. Somebody suggested that we put them on audios, let people go to listen, and we cut them small short videos of the submissions for them people that don't make. And also today, for me to put on social media, let everybody see. This is wonderful. And we want to tell you thank you for your submission and participation. Over to you, to the technical team, and then we call it a night.
Una go must keep waiting una so. Una dey go. From where you come, not just the flow. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. If we not give them notice, but we not go get peace. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. Power, we dey give them notice. If we not give them notice, but we